The weight you carry is yours to lay down. The mirror of the wounded queen, a paradox of healing. Queen Arundara stood before the mirror, her heart laden with years of bitterness. A kingdom in ruin, torn by endless war, she had fought tirelessly to preserve her people. But there was one battle she could not win, the war within herself. Her sister, once her confidant, had betrayed her in ways too deep to forgive. That betrayal had shattered her, and though her kingdom was victorious, her soul was in ruins. It was this deep wound buried in her heart that kept her from true peace. In the forgotten chambers of her castle, where the ancient relics of her family lay undisturbed, she found it, the mirror. It was said to reveal not the face, but the soul. When Arundara gazed into it, she saw the reflection of her own brokenness. The image was distorted, fragmented, as if pieces of herself had been ripped away and scattered in the wind. And then the shadow of her sister emerged, lingering at the edge of the glass, mocking her with its silent presence. For days, Arundara stood before that mirror, consumed by rage, by guilt, by a gnawing sense of betrayal. She could not move on, not until her sister's absence, her sister's wrongs were addressed. Every time she thought of forgiveness, it felt like an impossible task, a betrayal to her own pain. But then a truth began to whisper to her. The bitterness, the resentment, these were chains she had forged herself. Every time she let anger swell in her chest, she added another link to the chains that kept her imprisoned. It was not her sister who had kept her captive, but the anger she could not release. She understood then, with a clarity that pierced her like a sword, that forgiveness was not about excusing the betrayal, nor about forgetting it. It was about setting herself free. The paradox, as it has always been with forgiveness, became clear. To forgive was not to erase the past, but to heal from it. Arundara realized that her sister's actions were born from her own turmoil, a reflection of her own pain. To heal, to truly be free, Arundara needed to release herself from the weight of resentment. And so, with a heart trembling yet resolute, Queen Arundara chose to forgive, not just her sister, but herself. The mirror before her shifted, no longer showing brokenness, but the possibility of wholeness, the faintest glimmer of peace. The weight of her years of sorrow lifted, and she found herself standing in the light of forgiveness, a light that would guide her people, her kingdom, toward healing as well. Forgiveness, she realized, was never about erasing the wounds. It was about giving them the space to heal, to transform, to no longer be the thing that defined you. It was the moment you chose to lay down the weight you had carried for so long, not because it wasn't heavy, because you deserved to walk free of it. And so, the journey continued, not just for her kingdom, but for the queen herself, a ruler who at last knew that the greatest battles are often the ones we fight within.